Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Joe Mihalich. Welcome, Coach.
Glad to be here and looking forward to a big week.
Coach, let's recap the week that was in Hofstra Pride Athletics and Hofstra Pride Basketball. 1-1, a win over Charleston and a loss to Wilmington. Just take us through the road trip.
Tough road trip, as you know, you were on it. Very difficult. Good teams, tough travel. You know, it's tough on the road, and like I always complain about, but I think it's a legitimate complaint. 2 games in 3 days is really hard. It starts Thursday at Charleston. I think they were 36-3 in their last 39 games before we played them, and to go in there and get a win was special. Not too many people do it. It's a hard place to play. It's a very, very good team, and it wasn't a fluke. I mean, they played really well. They had a guy get 43 points. They scored 95 themselves. They're a very good defensive team, second best defensive team in the league, and we were able to get 99. So, you know, really, really proud of our guys for that win.
Let's start with that game before we get to the Wilmington game. The game kind of reminded me of almost a Cal State Fullerton game where you had a player in each of the teams doing. Now, we've seen Justin do it 1,000 times. We have not seen an opponent have that kind of game against us recently. But did you kind of get the feel that it was like almost like Justin versus Grant Riller in that game?
Well, they certainly were scoring big buckets for their teams. I mean, Justin, we had a 19-0 spurt, I think, in their run, and I think Justin had a bunch of them, although it was a team effort. A lot of steals. Dwyer was getting steals and making plays, and I think he was terrific. Riller was terrific. If we end up playing them again, we got to have a better plan for stopping him. But you know, Justin and him were terrific. 2 great players, but you know, both teams have good players. It's not just one. I felt like Fullerton really had the one guy that got it going, as opposed to a bunch of them.
In that game, it probably gets a little overshadowed by the offensive performances of people like Justin and Eli, but your duo of Shaquille Taylor and Dan Dwyer really had an outstanding game for you. Shaquille throughout, and Dan especially in the second half. Can you talk about what they kind of meant to the win there?
I mean, Shaquille just keeps playing better and better. He's been terrific. I forget if he got a double-double that game.
12 and 8.
12 and 8, 12 rebounds though, right? But I know this, he took a charge against Brantley. They're another first-team all-conference player for them. He took a charge. He made 2 foul shots with, it was an intentional foul. So he's, you know, that feeling of standing on the foul line all by yourself and you got to make 2 big foul shots. He made the 2 big foul shots. He's just been, he's been terrific. And I thought Danny was not as good in the first half, but really good in the second half. And like we've been saying, that 2-headed monster has been really good for us.
So we'll take now Saturday. You play at Wilmington, raucous crowd, senior night for one of their all-time greats in Devontae Kaycock. Did you feel going into the game that it had the makings of the quirky Trask Coliseum type of stuff that happens to everybody?
It's a tough place to play. Tougher place to play there, I think, than even Charleston. And you know, people might say that it was an upset and a big surprise. You know, well, it might have been an upset, but it's not a big surprise for anyone to go down there and lose. You know, ourselves included. We knew it, but it was a special night, and there was a lot of magic in the air. I mean, Kaycock is a terrific rebounder. Never made a 3 in his life, and in the first 2 minutes of the game, made a 3. You know, you have to wonder if the gods, the Wilmington basketball gods, were looking out for him. But hey, they were tougher than us. They played better than us. They deserved to win. And, you know, we didn't play as well as we needed to win.
Was there something, you know, it felt like an uphill battle most of the game, trying to get over the hump. You got to 2, tied it, got to 2. Did you feel like if you could have gotten it over the hump at one point, the dam would have broken loose? Is that kind of the feeling you had?
Yeah, we had a chance. I think in the first half we were terrible to start. And then we go up 4. And we were a little late on a closeout. We just watched the tape, Dwyer and I, and Elijah and Justin. And Dwyer was a little late to get on that closeout. The kid hit a 3. He doesn't make that one, and we get out and score. And now the lead that they had about a 10-point lead in the first half. We stop them and score. We're up 6 or 7. And yeah, like you're saying, maybe it loosens it up for us and tightens it up for them. Second half, same thing. We went up 4 and needed to get a stop, and we didn't. They hit a big 3. And hey, gotta give them credit. They made the shots when they had to.
You have 4 games left in the regular season. Your team's 22-5, 12-2 in the league in first place. How do you process going down the stretch here as you prepare for really the stretch run? And you know, for your program's trying to win a regular season title to get that 1 seed at this point.
Sure. Well, you know, you and I have talked on the bus or at the airport or whatever we've done. you know, if we just had this conversation in July and you just said to me, you're going to be 22-5, you're going to be 12-2 in the league, you're going to have a 2-game lead with 4 to go, and I said, I don't think so. I like our team. I think we're going to be really good, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. And here we are. It is what's happened. But we got to look ahead. We can't look behind. We're going to have that same mantra of next game. I tell the guys to worry about 2 games, the last game and the next game. And we have a lot to learn from the last game, and we have a tough opponent in our next game.
And speaking of your next opponent, you got Towson coming into the building on Thursday. What do you see from the Tigers? It's obviously an interesting matchup because while your team's very offensively minded, they're a little more on the defensive minded structure.
Yeah, I mean, terrific coach. I mean, he's a winner. Pat Scarry's a winner. His kids play like winners. They're going to be as tough as any team we've played against. They're physical. You know, nothing's easy. I mean, it'll be like root canal. Nothing will be easy for either team. It'll be a war. You know, we're going to have to. You know, and you know, a good coaching buddy of mine always says this. One of the toughest things to do, and we'll talk to the team about this. One of the toughest things to do in league play is to win on the road and then win again when that team comes to your place, because there's that natural, like, well, we beat them at their place, which is, you know, in this league, as we learned on Saturday, anybody can beat anybody. We know it.
And then I know you don't like to look ahead to games, but Saturday's a pretty special day. Both games are home this weekend, obviously. Saturday's senior day for 4 members of your program, including number 3, Justin Wright Foreman. Just talk about what that day might mean for you and the program and somebody like Justin, obviously Kenny, Dan, and Shaquille included.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet day. I mean, you're so proud of what they've done, and then you'll be choking back tears out there watching these guys walk out in that court for the last time. You know, I just you know, as I can say to the people that watch this and when we come to the game, it's a 4 o'clock tip. Try to get there a little early to see us honor Justin and the other seniors. If you can get here early, I think that would be great. But yeah, I mean, it's a special day, and Wilmington just had their senior day with us, and that added to their emotion. And you always play the game with emotion. We got to control our emotions, but it'll be a special day.
So 2 games home this week. Anything special you want to say to the fans as we head into the final 2 home games of the year?
Fans have been great. We had the last time we were on this floor, it was a sellout against William & Mary. We wouldn't have won without the fans. We wouldn't have won that game without the fans. And I'm hoping everybody will come Thursday and Saturday. Thursday's going to be an autism awareness night. We didn't get a chance to do it because we were on the road. We'd like to do that. So that'll be our night for that. Saturday's, as you say, senior day. And it's also, I don't know enough about this, and I apologize, but it's going to be we're going to do something for cystic fibrosis as well on Saturday. So hope everybody can come, and 2 more chances to see a really good team and a special player in Justin Wright Foreman.
Well, Coach, thank you, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us in the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Joe Mihalich.